Well, hey there, Alan here. Good to see you. I'm here tonight to talk about uh, a book, kind of to prove that I don't only read big, hard, boring, classic books. I read some new books, and I also read nonfiction. I like to read memoirs and autobiographies a lot. And if you're like me, you'll remember this guy, Ed Begley Jr., from TV shows uh, Saying Elsewhere. That was an old TV show. Remember that hospital room drama before ER, in fact. But Ed Begley Jr. He makes appearances in Portland because his son lives up here, and he goes on the morning shows, AM Northwest, which I like to wake up and have coffee to. So he was on and was at Powell's bookstore. I didn't see him at Powell's, but I did read the book, and I have some notes to talk about. It's called To the Temple of Tranquility and Step on It, meaning he was always in a hurry, even in a hurry to become enlightened. And he's a California kid. His father, Ed Begley, is an Oscar and Tony Award winning actor who died when Ed Begley Jr. was relatively young. But he's been in the business for 7 decades, a lot of claims to fame. Very entertaining book. He's met and worked with everybody. I'll go through a few of the things. Like, he's met all 4 Beatles back in the 60s. He smoked a joint with Charles Manson before Manson was Charles Manson. Now the late Charles Manson. Helter Skelter, all that. He's owned an electric car since 1970. He's big on conservation and recycling, to say the least. He currently 1993 improved on his electric car, and he used to charge his car at O.J. Simpson's house in Brentwood, California. He's worked with, and yeah, he has no doubt that Simpson is guilty. He's very anti O.J. Simpson, and as an I. It's ridiculous. I remember when that happened. But he knew Groucho Marx very well. He used to sleep over at his house. Big Hard Gareth will be interested in that. Big Groucho fan. He played Trivial Pursuit with the Clintons and showed them their very first electric guitar. He's worked with the likes of Kirk Douglas, Monty Python, Peter Falk, Danny Glover, Michael Caine, Denzel Washington, Meryl Streep, Larry David, Billy Wilder, Jeff Goldblum. He loved Marlon Brando and James Dean. A lot of this takes place in the late 60s, early 70s. He knew Richard Pryor, the Fondas, Jane Fonda, and her father, Henry Fonda, DiCaprio, just everybody. He took a like to Alan Watts, the philosopher. You can get his lectures and interviews and talks on YouTube. Alan Watts, very famous English philosopher. I like him a lot, Buddhist. This moment and embrace bliss are his catchphrases. He had a fast father like me, meaning everything, but he's always on the go. My father slowed down a lot in his dotage, but as a kid, we'd go on vacation. It was like, okay, see the Grand Canyon? Okay, let's go. We got to be at the Golden Gate Bridge by 11, Okay, we got to hurry up and see that before we go on to the Painted Desert. Funny. Harry Dean Stanton, they've been friends since 1972. A lot of talk about Hollywood, Santa Monica, LA, Venice Beach, Sunset Strip, the Troubadour, Rainbow Bar. Anybody who's ever been there, you can go to these bars. I've been there. It's great. I love going to LA and Hollywood. So he talks about Neil Sedaka, Joni Mitchell, James Taylor. Ed Begley Jr. was a stand-up comic. back in the day of when like weed was illegal, and he got busted many times. He was an alcoholic. Sober now for decades, but talks about his drinking days and using days. Knew John Belushi, like all that. Uh, he talks about John Belushi. John Belushi was actually concerned with Ed Begley Jr.'s driving. Thought he was drinking and driving too much. So when you got John Belushi saying, "Hey, buddy, you're drinking and driving too much. You got a big problem, huh?" Uh, he talks about Jack Nicholson partying with old Jack. I guess Jack's a big drinker, you know. Uh, Rainbow Bar on Sunset. Motorhead, Lemmy used to sit there all drunk and methed out playing the video poker machine. So I recommend this book, fast read. I read it in like a day and a half. Just like a palate cleanser. So if you like some of the things I like, why not subscribe? I finally made it over 800 subscribers, so next thing's gonna be 900 and got 1,000. I don't know what I'll do after that. So, and if you make a comment below, I'll reply back to you. Talk to you later. Later.